What did Abraham Lincoln eat every day? What was his favorite meal? How did he spend his time in the kitchen? These are the questions that might pop into your head if you've been interested in learning more about the great president. Well, you're in luck because today we're going to talk about the top 5 amazing foods that Abraham Lincoln ate. We will examine the dishes and the recipes that he liked and discover how they reflected his personality, values, and background. You won't believe some of the choices he made and the impact they had on his life and legacy. So get ready to dig into the history of one of America's most iconic presidents through his favorite foods. Number 5. Nuts and fruit. Abraham Lincoln was born on February 12, 1809, and he died on April 15, 1865. He was the 16th President of the United States and he led the country through its most turbulent period, the Civil War. Lincoln was known for his honesty, integrity, and dedication to justice and equality. He delivered the famous Gettysburg Address and the Emancipation Proclamation, which freed slaves in Confederate territory and set the nation on a path toward civil rights. Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a Confederate sympathizer, while watching a play at Ford's Theater in Washington, D.C. He was shot in the back of the head and he died the next morning. While there isn't much documented about Lincoln's daily diet, we do know that he enjoyed nuts and fruit as snacks and desserts. He loved eating apples, pears, oranges, peaches, berries, and dates. He often bought baskets of fruit from local vendors and sent them to friends and family members. He also kept fruit jars in his office and the dining room to enjoy whenever he wanted. Lincoln was fond of eating nuts such as walnuts, almonds, chestnuts, and pecans. He either roasted them himself or ordered candied nuts from confectioners. He liked to eat nuts plain or covered in sugar, chocolate, or honey. He also liked to feed nuts to birds and squirrels outside his window. Lincoln was not only a leader who guided the nation through a crisis, but also a man who found pleasure in simple things like fruit and nuts. He was a man of dignity and intelligence, but also a man of wit and charm. He was a man who loved his country and its people. He was a man who loved his food. No more. 4. Bread and butter. Bread and butter is one of the oldest and simplest dishes in human history. It consists of bread, usually white bread, and butter, usually salted and often homemade. It is a staple food in many cultures and countries and it is one of the most basic combinations that humans can make with 2 ingredients. Bread and butter is also one of the most affordable and accessible dishes in history. It is a food that has sustained peasants, kings, revolutionaries, and celebrities. It is a food that has been served at feasts, funerals, parties, and picnics. It is a food that has been enjoyed by millions of people throughout history. One of the reasons why bread and butter is so popular is that it is easy to make. All you need is flour, water, yeast, and salt to make the bread, and milk and cream to make the butter. You don't need any special tools or techniques or ingredients. You just need some basic supplies and some basic skills. Another reason why bread and butter is so popular is that it is versatile and customizable. You can use different types of bread, like rye bread or sourdough bread, or different types of butter, like brown butter or honey butter. You can also add different toppings or accompaniments to your bread and butter, like jam or honey. There are endless variations of bread and butter that you can try and enjoy. One of the ways that bread and butter has been enjoyed throughout history is as a symbol of hospitality and friendship. When someone offers you bread and butter, they are showing you that they care about you and want to make you feel welcome and comfortable. When you accept the bread and butter, you are showing them that you appreciate their gesture and you want to build a bond with them. Bread and butter is more than just a dish. It is a tradition that connects us to our past and brings us closer to our present. It is a tradition that we should preserve and pass on to future generations. No more. 3. Roasted turkey with dressing. Roasted turkey with dressing is one of the most traditional and beloved dishes in American cuisine. It consists of a roasted turkey, usually a whole turkey, stuffed with a mixture of bread, vegetables, herbs, and spices. It is a dish that is usually served for special occasions, especially for Thanksgiving, one of the most important holidays in the United States. Roasted turkey with dressing is also one of the most representative dishes of American culture and identity. It is a dish that evokes images of family gatherings, football games, parades, and pumpkin pie. It is a dish that reflects the abundance, diversity, and warmth of American cooking. The history of roasted turkey with dressing goes back centuries. Turkeys were brought to the United States from Mexico and South America by Spanish explorers in the 19th century. Turkeys were domesticated from wild turkeys by Native Americans who developed various methods of cooking them, including roasting them and stuffing them with herbs and spices. The tradition of serving roasted turkey with dressing for Thanksgiving began in the 19th century, when Sarah Joseph Hale, a magazine editor, campaigned for a national Thanksgiving Day. She wanted to create a holiday that would unite the country and celebrate its blessings. She succeeded in getting Abraham Lincoln to declare the last Thursday in November as Thanksgiving Day in 1863. Since then, roasted turkey with dressing has become the quintessential Thanksgiving dish. It is a dish that has been served to generations of Americans and has been enjoyed by millions of people. Roasted turkey with dressing is more than just a dish. It is a symbol of gratitude, unity and tradition. It is a dish that reminds us of the importance of family, community and heritage. It is a dish that we should savor and share with those we love. Nomor 2. Hard cider. Hard cider is an alcoholic beverage made from apples that have been crushed and fermented. It is one of the oldest and most widespread alcoholic beverages in the world, and it is also one of the most simple and refreshing ones. Hard cider is made by pressing apples and extracting their juice. The juice is then fermented by yeast and bacteria, which converts the sugar in the juice into alcohol and carbon dioxide. The result is a drink that is about half as strong as beer and has a fruity, sweet and sometimes dry flavor. Hard cider is one of the drinks that Abraham Lincoln enjoyed the most. He was known to drink hard cider during his lifetime, and he even had his own brand of hard cider called Lincoln, and Herndon as no processed cider. This cider was produced by John Tingy Stewart, a friend and business associate of Lincoln in Springfield, Illinois. The cider was sold in barrels and bottles and was advertised as being made from the finest selected fruit and wanted to be pure and unadulterated. Lincoln and Herndon as no processed cider was one of the most popular ciders in Illinois, and it was enjoyed by many people. It was also one of the sources of income for Lincoln, who needed money to support his political career and his family. Nomor 1. Sugar cookies. Sugar cookies are one of the most popular and versatile baked goods in the world. They are made from a dough that contains butter, sugar, flour and eggs, and they can be decorated in countless ways with icing, sprinkles, candies and fruits. They are one of the easiest and most fun cookies to make, and they are also one of the most celebratory and festive cookies to eat. Sugar cookies are one of the cookies that Abraham Lincoln enjoyed the most. He was known to love eating sugar cookies, and he even had his own recipe for them. These cookies were not only a treat for him, but also a way to connect with his family and friends. He often baked door-bought sugar cookies for his son, Robert Todd Lincoln, and for his guests. He also had a fondness for gingerbread cookies, which are a variation of sugar cookies, and he shared a story about them in his youth. Once upon a time, his mother baked some gingerbread cookies and he gave him 3 pieces. A poor boy who didn't have any asked for 1 piece. Lincoln gave it to him without hesitation. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment below. We'd love to hear what you think. Please also like and subscribe to our channel for more video like this. We've got plenty more where this one came from. See you next time.